The sit command is very easy to learn, and there's only 2 steps. Step number 1 is you want to step on the leash, and this prevents the dog from jumping up. It's very common when you hold a treat above the dog's head, they start jumping up and trying to grab the treat. Well, stepping on the leash prevents that. Step number 2 is have the treat in your hand, hold the treat in a 45-degree angle above the dog's head while saying sit at the same time. Suddenly the dog will put his butt down. Most dogs at first are going to start jumping for it. The leash is preventing that from happening. And what happens is after a few minutes, the dog eventually puts their butt down. Now the question is, why does this work? Well, it's very simple. There's a detail here I want to point out. It's very important. You want to make sure you hold the treat past the dog's line of sight above their head. What happens is if they're standing on all fours and they can look at the treat, they're not going to sit. But if you bring it out of view, they can't see it. The only way they can logically see it is they have to put their butt down because it actually angles their head in a much higher position where now they can see the treat again. Once their butt is down, they're in a sit position. It's just that simple.
So I'm going to go ahead and teach little Brody here the basic fundamentals of the sit. All I'm going to do is take a treat and hold it about 6 inches from his head. You see what he's doing right here? He's jumping up and trying to grab it right out of my hands. Let me show you how to stop that. All I'm going to do is take the leash, step on it right here. I'm not going to step on it too tight because it'll force him down. I'm not going to step on it too loose because it'll still enable him to jump. I'm going to find that middle balance right there. Now from there, I'm going to wait for him to stop jumping, hold the treat about 45 degrees over his head, say the word sit, and wait for him to calm down. And as he's sitting for 2 seconds, that's a sit. Good. That's as simple as it gets. It's one of the simplest commands to teach your dog. And again, I'm going to lure him with the treat. I'm going to step on it right around there, not too tight. I'm going to stop him from jumping. That's a sit. Perfect. That's a sit. Good. Just like that. Once again, reset him. I'm going to do this about 10 times. And by the 10th time, he should stop that little habit. Give me a sit. Again, 45-degree angle over the head with the treat about 6 inches away from his snout. And when he's in the sit position, I give it to him. Stepping on that leash is very important. It stops the jumping. Again, we're going to reset just by simply walking back and forth really quick. Step on that leash, hold it over his head, say the word sit, wait for him to calm down. There you go. Good, good, good. I'm going to hold it just for a second to make sure he stops jumping. Good. When he's not jumping, you pay him right away. Same thing, step on the leash, 45 over the head. He gave a little jump right there. I'm not going to give it to him. Wait him out. 3, 2, 1. That's a sit. Perfect. Now make sure every time you say the command, you want to enunciate. You don't want to let it mumble off your tongue. You have to enunciate. Dogs understand enunciation. So as I say the sit command, I'm going to say it as a firm, strong command. We sit. Let me get you reset. We sit. There we go. That's a sit. Good. That's a sit. Nice. Perfect. Quick reset. A little forward. Give me a sit. Perfect. Foot still on the leash. He's not jumping. Now what's going to happen is as time's gone on, I'm going to take my foot off the leash. Now I'm going to start paying him without the foot on the leash. So again, a quick little reset. Come here, sweetie. Now I'm just going to say the word sit. No jumping, loose leash. Good, that's a sit. Nice. Same thing, a little reset, come this way, and we sit. Perfect. Loose leash, no foot on the leash this time. This is exactly what I want to see. And sit. Perfect. And once again, give me a sit. 45-degree angle over the head with the treat, very important. He's not jumping. If he starts jumping, once again, I put my foot back on the leash to stop the jumping, but right now, he's past those days. So I'm going to hold it right here. That's a sit. Perfect. And a quick reset. Give me a sit. Beautiful. 3, 2, 1. Good. Sit. Nice. A little further. Give me a sit. Nice. And the jumping for the treat is now in the rear view mirror. And now I give him the treat for the sit only. Let's do one more just to make sure we have it solidified in his system. And we sit. Beautiful. Good. That's a sit. Nice. Okay. Again, what you want to do is short sessions, either 10 times or about 10-minute sessions. End it, you can start it again in a few hours. So now that he has it, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do this about 3 times a day for only about 10, 15 minutes each. That's all it really takes for a good training session. And also very important, you always wanna end it on a good note. The last time he sat very well for me, very controlled. I had no problems. That's how you always wanna end every training session.